Hello everyone, I'm here today to share with you my fearless story, and it's a story of adventure, it's a story of overcoming huge obstacles, it's a story of not giving up hope, and it's a story of pulling through no matter what. When I was 26 and had my first job, even before I finished my studies at university, just 6 months after my graduation, I had a car accident that left me 100% disabled at the time in the beginning. I could not do much anymore, and in the wake of it, I lost everything from my job and income to my hobbies, to my friends, to my social life, even to my own personal treasured possessions, as I got in a very dire situation financially. It led to a point where everything was consumed by fighting with insurances, although the accident wasn't my fault at all, and the fight would go on for over 9 years. During that time, I had a life of tremendous courage, of tremendous flexibility, and overcoming so many things. Now, what happened? After the accident, I met my partner and we had 2 little children, which the insurance was against because they threatened and blackmailed me basically that if I have children, they will forgo all the pension payments and everything else. And I said, I don't dictate anyone how I have to live my life. I do have pain every single day. Anyways, if I have it with or without kids, it will be the same. And I don't want to wait until the pain is gone, because in that case I might be waiting forever and will never have a family and never experience the joy of motherhood. So I decided to have my children, and a few years later, unfortunately, the relationship turned sour because I started having a business, I started being active, I came out of the victim role and started to become someone who was more independent, who had their own circle of friends and wasn't at home just sitting in pain every single day anymore. It didn't go well. The relationship ended in abuse, in violence. We had the police at home several times, and I had to go in front of a judge to get the person evicted out of the apartment. The pain was still the same. The problems were still the same in terms of health issues. But I decided to not stay any longer in the victim role. So one day after we went on a holiday for a short period of time, the first time after 5 years, I realized in that place that I actually could do something with my children again. I could play with them, I could walk with them at the beach, and I had a more or less normal life in those circumstances, where the climate was more favorable and the pace slower. So I decided when we came back home to pack up our things and belongings. I took 3 suitcases, a box of toys, and my 2 little children, and we left. We left for good. That was a long time ago. My children are now nearly grown up, and I'm very happy that they're happy, healthy, and very great young adults after all that we experienced and that we went through. If I hadn't overcome my fear, which was as big as Mount Everest at the time, we might still be sitting in a position where I'm the victim, I'm not accepted in society because of my invalidity. It's not visible. It is nerve damage, muscle damage, brain damage, and we would still be in a situation of despair. I'm very sure about that. Because all the years I struggled in the country, it didn't change anything. No matter how much my efforts were and what I tried, nothing worked. So I was thinking anything is better than this somewhere else. And when we left, we were living 2 years on an island, recovering from the stress, from the tremendous abuse and pressure and all the things that were going on. We walked every day in fresh air. My children grew healthy, and after 2 years, I had to pack up again because our visa didn't get extended, and there we were again on the road. We were traveling around the world, and I was looking for a place where we could stay, where my children could grow up in peace, in freedom, and where I could give them the opportunities that I wanted them to have. An international environment, somewhere where they could play outside without danger, and where they could prosper and be healthy. So we finally came to Malaysia, and we've been here for a long time now, for nearly over a decade. And I must say, it was hard. It was hard to start over from scratch in a new culture where I have never been before, with new people, new language, with different mindset, with different customs, with different culture, and trying to adapt and fit in and blend in and rebuild everything from scratch one more time again and prosper under these circumstances. So over the years, what I have learned about fear is it's like a muscle. You can train to overcome it. The more you do little things that you're afraid of, the more you grow that muscle of becoming stronger and stronger and daring to do the things you actually want to do in life. I became a successful professional person, and nowadays I'm doing top-level business executive coaching. I grew a career in various fields, and I've never stepped back into the victim role ever again. Does this mean never anything happened to me in life anymore? Of course not. You get ripped off, people cheat on you in business, or other things that are happening in life. You just learn how to move on and how to get over these things and not take everything personally, but see it as a learning curve, as growth, and as a chance to explore the things that you still need to learn. The next thing is, how do I deal nowadays with fear? I still have fear. I mean, fearless doesn't mean you don't have fear. Fearless and courage means you overcome your fear. How do I do that? I do breathing exercises. I focus on what I want, and I write this every single day on a piece of paper. What do I want, not what I don't want. Most people focus, I don't want this, I don't want that to happen, and they're consumed by fear. If you focus like a GPS on what you want, eventually you will get there. The next thing I learned about fear is that very rarely in life you're actually in a life or death situation. So when you're in a situation where you feel fear, ask yourself, right now in this very moment, is my life in danger? If not, you're okay. You're gonna make it. And there will be ways to push through it and to find solutions and move on from there. So this is a very important thing. Ask yourself, is this really, really dangerous situation in terms of threatening my life? Everything else can be fixed. The next thing is, what is my advice otherwise? My advice would be, live your life. Regardless the circumstances, put your focus on what you really want to achieve and do, and then just go out there and do it, step by step. You don't jump up a mountain. You just take it slowly and keep focused in the direction you want to go to, and never give up. Because today, you don't know what is going to happen 5 or 10 years from now. If someone had told me 15 years ago I would live the life I live today, I would have called them crazy. So you never know what the future holds in store for you. And it would be a tremendous shame to give up on it and just get stuck in the current situation you're in. This does not define your life. It does not define who you are. And most certainly it doesn't mean you have to stay in it forever. It's your life and it's your decision what you want to do with it. The mantra I live by today is, I take every day as it comes. I'm very grateful for the people I have in my life and the opportunities that I'm able to create with them. I am absolutely happy to have my health back. I'm not 100% okay and I still have pain every day, but I learned how to deal with it differently. And this allows me to be grateful for all the great things that have happened, for everything that could have gone wrong but didn't, and for the situation we are in today. I have 2 happy and healthy children and we have a great family life. and I have a great partner that adores and loves me, and I adore and love him. And I recommend you to let go of whatever is not healthy in your life. Just let it go. There will be something better coming along, something that is more appropriate for you and your self-worth. The more you hold yourself in high esteem, and I'm not talking here about being arrogant, but the more self-esteem you have, the better things will enter your life. Faith is a big thing as well. If you keep your faith, you'll be okay. All the best, and I wish you a lovely, lovely day.